What's up guys, welcome back to Fancy Goldfish Fanatics. Today we are going to be making some Repashy Super Gold gel food and we're going to be feeding it to my Jumbo Oranda. So make sure you stay tuned to find out more. Hey Fanatics family, welcome back to the channel. Make sure to check out our Facebook group and Facebook page. The links are down below. Now in today's video, we are going to be looking at the Repashy Super Gold gel food, as you can see right here. We're going to be mixing some of this up. I'm going to be showing you how I formulate this. I think I did a video on this around 2 years ago, so I thought it was time to do a little refresher video on it. And I know a lot of you do feed gel foods at home, so I thought I'd make this video showing you how I prepare this ready for my Jumbo Oranda, and we're going to show you them eating at the end of the video. Now just before we start to make the gel food, as you can see, the green carpet algae is starting to come into effect. Now it has been around a week since I did film the last video, but obviously you'd have seen the video come out about 3 or 4 days ago, but sometimes I make multiple videos at once. But it's been near enough a week since the last video and the green carpet algae is starting to come into effect. We do have lots of diatom build-up as well. Obviously, Rambo, the Oranda, who recovered and survived the big Wen surgery that we did, and that abscess removal as well, is doing absolutely great. He is just down here, and he is just as aggressive at feeding as the other fish. So he has had a full recovery. He is completely recovered now, and I'm super happy with his progress. He has done so well. So now we're going to head into the kitchen. We're going to take a look at the Repashy Super Gold gel food. I'm going to talk to you a little bit more about the ingredients in this, what you get in the tub exactly. We're also going to be mixing it up, letting it set, and then, as I mentioned, we're going to be feeding it to these guys. So I'm going to head over to the kitchen now, and I'll catch you in a second.
A few moments later.
Here you can see this is our tub of Repashy Super Gold. We've got some absolutely amazing ingredients in here for our fish. We've got krill meal, spirulina algae, black soldier fly larvae, cholera algae, squid meal, dandelion leaf, seaweed, egg, pea protein. There are so much good ingredients within this food that is easily digestible for our fancy goldfish, and it also provides a more natural diet. Not only are the ingredients really good, but they also are easy for our fish to break down, and this gel food gives them something nice to consume, and it's something a little bit different, gives them a little bit of enrichment chasing this gel food around the tank or around your pond, and overall it's just quite nice to make it and watch them feed on this nicely digestible food. But now we've got to boil the kettle and get it ready for making. So here is the tub that I'm going to be putting the Repashy gel food in. Now usually I use around 1 level scoop of powder to approximately 2.5, maximum 3 scoops of boiling water. Now as you can see here, I've just found this red scoop. You can use scoops that you use for baking cakes or baking or anything really. This is a 30ml scoop and I'm using around 30ml of the powder. Now what I've done is I've boiled that water and then I'm pouring in around 2.5 scoops because I find this gives the best consistency. You can do slightly less, but I wouldn't really do too much more. Now on the tub it does say that you can use 2 to 3 parts water, and I found over the years of using it around that 2.5 range is probably best. Now once you've mixed that water, the gelatin or the agar within this powder is going to set that into a gel. So as this cools, it's going to set into a gel. I like using a small teaspoon to push out any of the clumps of powder, making it nice and smooth and making sure it mixes thoroughly with the boiling water, and so I get a nice consistency for the goldfish. Now I do like to use a shallow tub like the one I have here, as you can see, because it's really easy for me to remove the food, but many people make them in little ice cube trays, small Tupperwares. They can turn them out, cut them up into little squares, then freeze them. Personally, I only make a small batch at once because this will last me 2, maybe 3 days with my current Oranda, and I just leave it in the fridge because I'm not too bothered about mixing it up quite regularly. But you can freeze this make it up in big batches, and as I said, it provides a slightly different food for your fish, something that has a nicer palatability. The fish always absolutely love it, and it means they can chase it around the tank, fight each other for it, and just have a nice time enjoying eating it.
One eternity later.
As you can see, the food went into the fridge and it has now set. It only takes around 10-20 minutes max for this to set, if not less, and it forms this really hard sort of gel. Now, if you use a lot of water, it will break apart very easily, so I recommend using it, as I said, 2.5 to maybe 2 scoops of water to get it nice and firm, especially if you've got very big fancies. However, you can use more water if you have some small baby fish or some young fry, as they will find it easier to tear it apart. But now, as you can see, I'm going to start feeding it to the fancies, see how they take a liking to it and how they enjoy it. So, as you can see, the fancy goldfish are now heading down to eat that Repashy gel food. Now, obviously, I filmed them before I am sitting in front of the tank now, and you can see the algae carpet has continued to grow since I fed them, because I did feed them yesterday, and I'm just filming over the top now. But they are absolutely loving the Repashy gel food. You can really see how they are fighting for it. They're foraging around. It gives them a little bit of enrichment, as I mentioned. It's something different for them. This obviously gives off quite a lot of smell. You will notice when you mix it up at home that it can make the room smell a little bit, so please be aware of that. But obviously the aroma goes quite quickly and it's nothing too pungent. But if you do leave it in the fridge for quite a while, it may leave a little aroma in your fridge as well. But the goldfish absolutely love it. It's packed with goodness, packed with so much nutrients as well, and you can normally make quite a decent amount of gel food from the tub provided. Obviously, if you have quite a lot of big fish like me, the gel food doesn't last that long, but these guys just absolutely love it and they're just tearing it apart. Now, it is good to feed your fancy goldfish a balanced diet, feeding them some pellets, some frozen food like bloodworm, brine shrimp, mysis shrimps, cyclops, daphnia. You can feed live foods as well, like bloodworm and daphnia as well, and also some gel food as well. Now, the gel food is nearly a complete diet. I would say if you just fed your fancy goldfish on this Repashy gel food, I would say they grow pretty well. They would definitely have a good quality of life, because the palatability of this food is really good, and the fish have a really good time at digesting it. It is not like a super hard low moisture pellet where it can sit in their gut and not be digestive as effectively as the gel food. So I would say if you did want to feed this gel food as a complete diet, I would say it might be a little bit expensive, but it definitely will do the fish no harm. They may not quite grow at the rate if you're using a high protein diet or high protein pellet, but it is definitely packed with enough goodness, enough nutrients and vitamins and minerals for them to live their life. As you can see, the fish are still enjoying the gel food and they are ripping it apart. Normally, I would say if I put a large chunk in, probably around this sort of size, it lasts maybe 5-6 minutes, something like that, before they completely consume it. Some people may say if you feed gel foods, it does make your water cloudy, and that is definitely true. It does leave a little bit of suspended solids within your aquarium. However, if you have a good filtration system, a good flow rate throughout your tank, then it will pick up that suspended solids and that detritus, and it will collect it into your filter. So I would say it's definitely worth trying a gel food if you haven't tried one before. And as I mentioned, this is packed with real goodness, and it has so many good proteins, vitamins, amino acids, minerals in it for your fancy goldfish, and it provides a really nice enrichment activity for them as well. So that is it on the fish feeding. I'm just gonna wrap up the video. So hopefully you have enjoyed today's video. I thought it was really cool seeing the Orandas absolutely rip up that gel food. Now, obviously, some goldfish may not be too sure of the gel food. If you have not fed it before, you can add other things to the gel as well, like frozen foods, pellets, etc. But in today's video, obviously, we just used the standard gel food itself. But that is it for today's video. If you have any video recommendations or anything you want me to watch and react to, you can leave a little comment down below and I will include it in our Rate My Tank series, our Tank Tour series, or just do a little review in general. So that is it for today's video. As always, thank you for watching. Remember to keep those water changes up and happy fish keeping.